Is there anything that you guys want to ask about the future of your friendship? Or...
This is what Les really wants to ask. Just wants to know if I'm going to ever drink coffee with her.
Hello and welcome to the Tooney and Russo Show with me, Vick Hope. I'm here with two of football's most famous friends, Alessia Russo and Ella Toone.
We're back, we're here.
Nothing is off the table. Now, it's a big year for both of you, for all of us, for everyone. Every year is bigger than the last. I've never said that before.
I liked it.
And we thought we would start with something a little bit different. If you're watching on YouTube, you might notice that we've got a slightly different setup in the room right now. So I would like to give a warm Tooney and Russo Show welcome to Kayla, our tarot reader. Oh my God.
I'm really excited about this one.
As I said, big year. Wanted to know what might be on the cards, what the future might hold. And I thought, what better way than to bring someone in who can see into the future? Is that right?
Kind of.
What is a tarot reader exactly? I'm sorry if that's a really stupid question.
No, that's not stupid. That's a good question. All questions are good. A tarot reader is somebody who can read cards and make a story from what the cards have said. A tarot reading is kind of like a phone call to your spirit guides. I'd kind of call it. Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you like the sound of that?
Yeah, I get a bit nervous about this kind of
Yeah,
stuff, but Tooney's really into it.
I am really into it, yeah. I've always wanted to do stuff like this.
You mentioned that. That's why it felt like it was a good sort of idea for the pod.
I mean, I don't know what I want to know, but whatever. I'm excited about it.
Kayla, you're known as Afro Lion online. When did you realise that you were psychic?
I've always known.
Right.
Yeah, I've always known. And my mum has always told me. But I kind of ran away from it for a while. Tried to be normal, the whole thing. Get a regular job, all of that.
When you say you tried to run away from it and like less saying, oh, I think I'm a bit scared of knowing, where does that come from? Is that like because there's a portal that maybe we shouldn't always open, or
sorry, like when Doctor Strange is like no, I think it's like it's just something to be scared of. Sometimes you don't want to know, you know what I mean, or you don't want something bad to come out, or it's like it's kind of nerve-wracking. Sometimes the ignorance is actually bliss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think when you're psychic or you're tapped in, you can't run away from it anyway. You're getting those visions or downloads, so it doesn't really make sense that I was trying to run away from it.
Tooney, do you feel like you've ever been psychic or seen into the future or had premonitions or...
Can't say that I have, no. No, I don't think I ever have thought about what's going to happen in the future.
It reminds me of That's So Raven, when she gets them visions.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going to happen.
Yeah.
What do people tend to ask about most? What do they come to you for?
Mainly career.
Right.
Or love life, but I tend to not do love life, if I'm honest.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, I used to work for a tarot telephone line.
Oh, I've seen those numbers before.
Yeah, like back in the day, it was like
people call
100.
them.
Yeah. So when I first started doing it, to get my experience up, I went on this telephone line. It was mostly in America. It was insane. The last call I had, this woman gets on the phone and she's like, I'm not going to swear, but she was like, I want to know if my man is at that house.
Oh my
I was like,
God.
I don't know. As in like live-o right now. She was like, yeah, I want you to pull a card and let me know if...
She needs to get a private investigator.
Yeah.
No, that's what I said.
Yeah.
It was intense, but it gave me a lot of resilience and allowed me to feel very, create strong boundaries, you know what I mean? But yeah.
That's like when I was at school and you used to have a flower and you used to pick the petals off one by one.
Yeah.
Loves me not.
Yeah.
Loves me.
Yeah.
And then if it ended on loves me not, we were breaking up.
Did you ever do those things where you'd fold it as like an origami and you went like this and you'd be like, that's the car I'm going to have, that's the house I'm going to live in. That's
But I also played that game called MASH.
Yeah, where you
I used to love
cross
MASH.
things
Did
off
you
the list.
do that?
What's MASH?
So you've got a piece of paper and you'd write MASH. So that was mansion, attic, shed, house, right?
Yeah.
And then I'd go, Les, name me 5 boys that you fancy. This was in school. 5 boys that you fancy. da. 5 boys on the side. Name me 5 numbers. So that's how many kids you might have.
Yeah, and it'd be like 64.
Yeah. And then name me 5 animals. It'd be like monkey, rat, horse. Anyway, I'd be in the middle and I'd draw like a circle like that. So, and then I'd say, tell me when to stop. Say stop. Right, there's 7 lines. So then you'd go across, and when you landed on 7, you'd cross that out. And by the end of it, it would say like, I'd be like, Les, you're gonna live in a mansion with, whatever his name was. Don't know, with 5 kids, and you're going to have a monkey as a pet. And I think, oh my God, really? Am I?
We are starting the next episode with a game of maths.
You should do that
It's
all the time.
happening,
Yeah.
What is it that you are a little hesitant of?
I just like, I don't know. I just don't want to. I like to live in the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
But if there's something exciting coming your way, it's nice to know.
I like surprises.
No, I don't.
But I am interested to ask questions, less serious questions.
Oh, questions about me, probably.
About our friendship. Ella's just curious about herself. She's not curious about our friendship.
Oh, yeah, not about our friendship.
So do you know
I
what?
know
I
it's
don't
gonna be
care
fine.
about the friendship, actually.
Because we got faith, haven't we?
Exactly. I know the friendship's going to be fine. I'm not sure about myself in life.
What do you read from our friendship?
That is genuine. It's heartfelt.
That's nice.
It's vulnerable. It's strong. You know what I mean? It feels very, very real, for sure.
Do you think we're best friends for life?
Yeah, why not?
Oh my God, you said them afraid. Just going to say no.
There wasn't much
You've
confidence
made, like,
there.
you know when people like connect on a soul level? It doesn't matter how far away you are from each other. I think you're always going to remember that person for the rest of your life. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I do think people have, I guess, soul contracts, and that doesn't ever leave you.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you think our friends are going to be friends? Our babies are going to be friends? Your mum said to ask that.
Did your mum put a request in?
She said, but I know they will anyway.
That is so cute.
I know.
Do you want your babies to be friends?
Yeah, that'd be
Oh, yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
That would be nice. I like to think that all my friends' babies will all be friends.
Yeah.
No, that would be cute.
Yeah.
That'd be cute. But what if they actually did hate each other?
Yeah, no, that'd be a bit of a nightmare, wouldn't it?
No, I
Yeah, it
often
was.
think that, like, what if you hated your friend's kid, like, because they were just horrendous? Do you know what I
Oh,
mean? Like, how would you
no.
approach that?
We
Sorry,
weren't
this
raised
could
no,
be
it
off
took a
topic.
turn, but I'm here for it. It's juicy. Let's go.
What would I do? I don't think I would ever hate them. I would just be like, they're a pain in the bum.
Fair. It's very honest.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because my best friend, Lauren, when we were younger, she was the hyper one, dead loud. Like, she's still that now, isn't she? Just 100 miles an hour all the time. And, like, I'd be like, Mum, can Lauren stay over? But she's really tired, so she said she'll just go to sleep really quick. Because if you didn't say that, they'd say no, because she was just too loud. But if you made sure that you told them that she was tired and she was going to fall asleep, they were more likely to say, yes, you can stay over.
So you knew what your mum thought of your friend.
It was the same with everyone ringing about Lauren, yeah. Because she was the loud one. But I don't think I'll ever not like my friends' kids. I hope not, anyway. That would be a nightmare.
Yeah, that wouldn't be ideal, would it?
Kayla, I'll hand over to you because, I mean, I don't know how this works, but where do you want to start with the girls?
We could do a group.
When you walked in the room, what did you feel or think or know?
I sense that you all have, like, very positive energy and you have quite a healthy approach to your life. You know what I mean? It seems like, as well, you tend to follow your intuition a lot, whether it's, like, something that you want to do or something that you're interested in. You guys seem quite tapped into what you like and what you don't like, which is usually
Well,
starts
that
with
is
your
my
intuition.
motto.
Yeah.
I like what I like.
It's true. She does. She likes what she likes.
And I don't like olives.
I heard this.
You heard or you knew?
No, I heard.
You
I
know.
can't confirm or deny. We could either do a situation, action, outcome, or we could do what the universe wants you to know at this time. Also understand that anything that comes out in the reading, you are not condemned to it. So just because it's come out does not mean that this is actually 100% going to happen.
Yeah.
You have your free will. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's. I think I'm like you, Les. I'm like, if the future is whatever it is, and that's what's going to happen, and there's nothing I can do about it, then
Yeah.
why do I need to know? But then if I can, because I like to think I've got free will and I can make my own destiny, then how can anyone know what's ahead of me? And it's sort of like negotiating those two quite contradictory things.
I think that's life, though.
Yeah.
Like, things are predetermined, but then you also have your free will to shape it into what it is that you want it to be.
Yeah. All right, let's see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask the cards, like, what does the universe want you to know at this time? Cards are going to fall out. I'm going to read from there, and then I'm going to pull a clarifying card to give you, like, a conclusion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, then.
All right. Oh, the suspense.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. All right.
Is he okay?
He's fine.
The hanged man.
Is he okay?
It's a man hanging upside down.
He is, but you can see he's got a little halo here.
see he's smiling,
Yeah.
he's
He's
happy,
smiling.
yeah.
He's
He's
happy.
all right.
Okay.
He's
So this
okay.
is a card of observation. So this is where you guys are at right now. So you could be observing things, planning things, strategizing about things, kind of looking at what are your options, but not necessarily doing anything about it. Just seeing what's out there. The hangman is here to remind you that at any point you can kind of stop your observation and go and do what it is that you feel like you want to do at this time. The 9 of Wands is a card of you've kind of battled to get to where you need to get to, or you've battled to get to the space that you're at right now. And maybe you need to kind of take stock of that battle and say, actually, I did really well. Actually, I worked really hard to get here and it was tougher than I thought it was going to be. And maybe give yourself a little bit of a pat on the back for that because it was super hard.
Do you guys think that that's you? Like you've...
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Do you take stock of like your achievements, of the fact, hey, I did this?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think we need to do that more. We need to sit back and think, like, yeah, well done. We've actually done all right. Like, from where we were a long time ago to now, like, we should be proud of how far we've come.
You ended with the 6, sorry, that's a 7. No, it's a 6 of Pentacles and the High Priestess. So actually, this is a card of philanthropy. So you could be ending up with a lot more abundance to share, whether that's time, energy, resources, or you just being kind of involved in something humanitarian that you care about, that you're passionate about. You also, the High Priestess is asking you to follow your intuition and asking you to trust yourself a lot more and not wait for people to tell you to do things and just go and do it by yourself.
Les, do you feel like you trust yourself?
Probably not enough, no. I don't know.
I've never thought about if I trust myself.
That's it, isn't it? I'm like, have I ever thought, do I do that or do I not do that? I'm not sure.
I think a lot of people naturally don't trust themselves. And I think we sometimes wait for like the evidence of things before actually pursuing something. So the High Priestess is asking you sometimes when you get that pang, you know, sometimes if you walk past a restaurant or a bakery or something and you're really interested but you've never been inside, that's you trusting your curiosity enough to say, actually, there's something in there for me. I'm going to go and pursue it.
Cinnamon bun.
Yeah, then you find your favourite pastry. in there.
Exactly.
Les, what about you with taking stock of what you've achieved? Like, this podcast is about the fact that you guys are amazing. Like, do you ever stop and think, yes, I did that, I achieved that? Do you go into it enthusiastically knowing that?
No, I don't think we do. Like Tooney said before, I don't think we do that enough. I think because in football, it's always like, what's next? Like, we've got another game, we've got another tournament, we've got another, like, I think you're always chasing something else and something more. And, like, you win one trophy and you want another and then you win. Like, I just think that it's not until when I retire that I'll look back and think, God, that was really good, or that was amazing, or that moment felt so special. I think it's just constantly like, right, last night was great, but I've got a game on Sunday, so I've got to get myself ready
like
to
you never have
perform
time.
again. Yeah, and you've got to be here all the time, like with your performance. So people say you're only as good as your last match, don't they? So it's just like that consistency to perform all the time that you kind of are never really reflective on. No, that was great.
What would you tell your 15-year-old self?
Celebrate the highs, because I think in football there's not that many. I think there's a lot more lows. So when you do get a high, really celebrate it, you know, really enjoy it and not be too hard on myself. That was a bit deep, but
Yeah. It can get serious, it can get
really quick.
intense. It becomes your job, which is amazing. but you also don't view it as your job, but it is.
But to you, it's still playing football.
Yeah,
on the
it's
park
still
with
your
mates,
passion.
isn't it?
But yeah, just enjoy it because it's when it's the best, isn't it?
Yeah, and spend time with good people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before today, were you thinking much about the future? Do you think you think about the future enough?
I think because of the job we're in, like you were saying before, you're in the moment all the time. Like it's always the next game, not so far ahead. But I think, I think when I do think about the future, sometimes I'm a bit like, what am I going to do after football? Like, it's more questions like, what's going to happen after football? Because all I've ever known in life is football and being a footballer. But actually, like, there's going to be some exciting things after that as well. But while I'm in it, it's always like, we want to win more, want to win games, want to win trophies, stuff like that. But yeah, like, hopefully in the future it's going to be exciting and there's going to be celebrations and big life events.
I was doing this yoga class once and she had us all in like warrior pose and she was like, look back on your left hand, that's the past, don't worry about that. Now look forward on your front hand, that's the future, don't worry about that either. You're just here. Like, this is what we're doing right now. Do you ever find it scary, less to think about the future, and that's maybe why you're like, let's just do this, because otherwise it's so overwhelming?
Yeah, probably. I'm a very optimistic person, so I just like to I like to be in the moment. I like to just enjoy the times.
I think a lot of footballers probably worry about the future.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a worry. That's why you don't look into it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because you don't know what's
Not
going to happen.
necessarily a worry, but like, just because obviously, you can't play football forever.
Yeah, it's
But
like, what's
it's like,
next?
that's
But
it's
like,
a
you don't
part
want
of
to
us,
think
isn't it?
about that too much because like we're only still 25, 26.
Yeah.
Like, we're still in it. We're not even at our peak yet.
Yeah.
But it goes so fast. And then
Yeah.
you're like, oh, now what? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I have a lot of friends who have now retired and they're like, now what do I do? And I've only got a few GCSEs, me, so struggling.
Well, I reckon there's a whole episode actually in what next,
Yeah.
like what the future holds in all those things. I mean, you even mentioned there, like, our kids will be friends with each other. Like, that's a whole thing. That's a whole new life, literally a whole new life. So we'll definitely do that. Is there anything that you guys want to ask about the future of your friendship? Or...
This is what Les really wants to ask. Just wants to know if I'm going to ever drink coffee with her.
You know what I mean? This isn't the vibe of the card.
Does that card say if I'm going to drink coffee in the future?
I'm just going to cut that and say yes.
Nice. She feels it.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, why
What am I
not?
going to start with?
Obviously a latte, babe.
A latte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit of
milky.
vanilla.
A vanilla
in it.
latte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, see, you know what's up.
That's what everyone says. Try a vanilla latte first, getting... Tried
Is coffee
minging.
not your thing?
No, it's really not, but it's Les's big thing, and Les thinks that's a bit of a downfall in our relationship.
I don't think it's a downfall.
You did say that
What
once.
about an iced coffee or a half shot mocha?
Oh, a mocha.
That's with the chocolate in it. isn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone's
But a
thinking-
half shot, so it's not so coffee-like.
Maybe a half shot I could do.
It's not the be-all and end-all because you still come on the coffee dates and
Yeah,
get like
exactly.
an orange juice.
Exactly.
Hello, Tooney and Russo fans. My name's Roman Kemp.
I'm Tom Grennan.
And we are dropping in to introduce to you About.
Each week we have unfiltered conversations we usually save for the group chat.
Join us for our weekly catch-up, otherwise known as a podcast on BBC Sounds.
Vic, do you want a reading of your own?
Oh, well, let's
see a bit
open
about
the
you and your
portal.
future.
Is that not a term?
It's going to be all right.
So funny.
Everything's going to be all
You're going to be all right.
All the time.
I reckon the success card's coming out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we're doing a general reading for you.
Let's see what comes out.
Oh my gosh, you're so nervous.
Yeah, can you tell? You just want it to be nice, don't you?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Juicy.
It's juicy.
Oh, nice.
The King of Cups.
You're looking at it like you know what it means. King of Cups buzzing.
I call the King of Cups.
Oh, is it? Oh, this is nice, actually. So, your situation at the moment, you've got the Four of Wands. There could be a celebration coming up, a wedding, someone's having a baby, you moving house or something like that. But there's some form of celebration,
Yeah,
and I
there
think
is.
it's a really happy one. It's a really nice one. It's gonna start you on a new cycle of celebration.
That's nice,
basically.
babe.
That's a good start.
That's exciting. That's something to look forward to, whatever that is.
Yeah, I will.
Your advice is to tap into your emotions a bit more and utilize them to make sustainable decisions for yourself. There's a lot more value in your emotions than you're giving them You know what I mean? I think sometimes you can go a bit too in the logical side, but actually there is some logic in making decisions from your emotional standpoint.
That's so interesting. I was literally talking last night to my counsellor, my therapist, and she was like, well, we were talking about how I felt about something. I was like, yeah, but it's fine because, and everything was strategic and logical. And she was like, no, but how you feel about it.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, but I can sort it. And she's like, no, it doesn't matter what you can do about it. It's how you feel about it. So that is so true.
I think I'd just be saying stuff, huh?
Yeah, that's the king of cups.
That's the king of cups. Your outcome, this card looks very bad, but actually the position that you've got it in...
Oh, it looks awful. God, everyone's dying.
Lightning and rain.
Everyone's jumping out of a tower. It's on fire.
I think she can make it
As
sound
I
good.
said, the position you have it in is not terrible. Look at your face. It's gone. No, this is a card of an inevitable change.
Oh, yeah.
Inevitable change. So this means your outcome is actually something is coming to an abrupt end.
Right.
But something that you've been asking for and you've been wishing for is coming in. So you need to let the thing fall in order to make space for the new thing that you want.
Oh, I think I know what that is. I think I know exactly what that is. And that is completely spot on.
See, weren't that nerve-wracking, was
No, it
it?
was actually really good.
That was good.
You're welcome.
You got a good one then, Vick.
Yeah. Oh, Kayla, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for trusting yourself.
God, life's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
And yours is exciting by the sounds of it.
Yeah, it is. I've got a question. What about the future of this podcast?
Oh, let's do that. That's juicy. I like that
Will
one.
we win an award?
Ooh.
I don't even know what awards there are for
Podcast
like
of
the
the year.
podcast
Podcast of the year.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
Let's sweep the board. Ooh, nice. You got the Queen of Pentacles.
Oh, cool.
So that is a card of bringing home the bacon. Like,
Oh, yeah. We're winning it. Yes.
financial strategy, business strategy, but also not pushing so hard, like actually kind of like allowing things to cement and then making a plan from what is happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is a card of success for sure.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Financial strategy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Hear that? BBC sounds.
A success. The podcast is a success.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kayla, thank you so much. How have we been as subjects today? I
Great.
feel like we've been quite annoying. But
No, not at all. Like I thought we were gonna go a bit deeper.
Yeah.
But I've been very into it. Like, yeah, I feel like you guys were very open, even though I know that you didn't really understand what it was, and there was fear as well. So I really appreciate how you've been with me today, because you've just been really open, and that's been like the best thing. Yeah.
What do we do with these crystals? What are they?
Oh, so I got you some crystals.
Oh, I love crystals. Grace Clinton bought me one the other week,
she
and it's a
loves
red
them.
one, but I can't remember what it meant now. She's really into all that. So
Yeah.
and we told her about that we were doing this, and she
Yeah.
was buzzing. She's like, "Oh my god, no way!"
She's got to watch
Yeah, she will, I'm
this
sure.
episode.
I do want to ask, how do you feel about tarot now?
I'm gonna do it again.
What? What has it changed your guys' perception of it, or are you still like, nah, it's not for me?
I really enjoyed it. I feel like now I know a little bit more what it actually is, and realise that it's not like, here's your future, that's what you've got to do. It's more like, here are things that you can think about that are already around you, and that's just making me a bit more perceptive, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was like, this is it. This is what you're doing. This is how it's happening, rather than maybe tap into your creativity side a little bit more.
Yeah. Oh, what a mix of things again on this show. Kayla, thank you so much for joining us.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
And thank you all so much for watching. Have a good future,
Yes,
everyone.
thank you.
Have an amazing future.
And we'll be back next time with another instalment of the Tooney and Russo Show and a game of MASH.
Bye.